This is the Chinese symbol for crisis, and it's made up of two characters, opportunity and danger. And I think that really is the crux of my presentation, because in today's market, we seem to focus far too much on the danger and not on the opportunity that it presents us. I've just won 2 new pieces of work in the last 2 weeks after the market started going down. I don't think it's pure merit or luck. It's just being able to sniff the opportunities that are out there when things are tough. So that's what my story is about. So a little bit about who am I and my story. I think I've seen the corporate world in both ways. So I became a pretty young director in PricewaterhouseCoopers in London when I was 32. And I traveled the world a lot, and I did lots of global assignments around talent, leadership, succession planning, mostly in management boards. And it was tough to be a young female consultant trying to look serious, wearing black suits and thick glasses and kind of putting your hair up in a bun and trying to kind of be a boardroom consultant. But then I left PricewaterhouseCoopers and I started my own firm, Corporate DNA. I mean, DNA really stands for, as you know, the identity or the personality of a business, but it also stands for decisions and actions, which is what I hope I help my clients with. But behind that very professional identity, I'm also these things. I'm a woman, you can tell. I'm a British Asian. I was born in London, raised in India. I've consulted in about 29 countries, a lot of boardrooms. I'm married to a British Greek, and I'm nominated for the Women of the Future 2008 this year. The reason I share this with you is to tell you that I think, is the real story behind my success. A range of very eclectic experiences. I think it's given me the opportunity that I've always been looking for. But behind my very entrepreneurial identity, or my real edge, I think is a very hurtful comment a client made about 7 years ago. And those of you who've read the article by Philip Smith from Telegraph last week would have seen this. This was about 7 years ago, and it was my first boardroom assignment, and I walked in feeling pretty nervous. And you can imagine a boardroom kind of pretty serious, traditional, conventional, all male. And I walk in, I think wearing a very kind of light green jacket standing out, whereas everyone had blacks and blues on. And suddenly this board member comes up to me, kind of bends down, my small petite self in the corner, and says, "Hello, what is a young thing like you doing in a boardroom?" And that really, really crushed me. I think that really gave me my edge to become a top-notch boardroom consultant. So that is, I guess, my Chinese sign. A dangerous comment like that gave me my real opportunity. So that's what I think this market is about. Sniff the signals, find out the opportunities that can really help you find your success. What's my business? Put very simply, I guess we are in the people, performance, potential business to transform management boards, leaders, individuals, and a lot of high-performing teams by developing their DNA. And as I said, DNA is personality, culture, identity, but DNA is also decisions and actions. And the kind of companies I kind of do this for are, it's a range of industry sectors. So you've got pharmaceutical like Pfizer, oil and gas like BP, British Petroleum, Northern Trust, which is an asset management, asset services firm, Dubai Holding, maybe you know they're doing a lot of work in the UK right now as well, but this is primarily the commercial arm of the Dubai government, Unilever, EDF Energy, etc. But if I were to give you a bit more detail, the business kind of broadly breaks down into 4 quadrants. So the top left is organization and leaders. So I will do a lot of work with kind of boards or top teams around alignment, behavior, culture, vision, values, that kind of stuff. I focus a large part of my business around transforming teams. These could be project teams, startup teams, virtual teams, leadership teams, sales teams, it doesn't matter. But really looking at how do you unlock the potential of high-performing teams and how do you unleash that in a sustainable way. I do a fair bit of work with corporate individuals around coaching, skills coaching, development coaching, career coaching. And then I guess I always give my clients the choice of a big white space to really define what their need is. So it could be a mix of these things, it could be something different. As long as it's based on kind of people, performance, potential, then that's what the business is about. So Dave asked me to talk about my secrets of success. I've got about 10 principles. They are more than secrets. They are things I hold very close to my heart, things that have really helped me in the last 13 years. And I'll share them very quickly with you. The first one is be small as an entrepreneur, but think big. And really powerful, really simple, but the whole essence of it is that be small so that you're distinctive, you stand out, and you're unique, and you care. You have to be small enough to care. But think big if you want to make it big. So have big dreams, have a big value proposition, have a big brand, think big. That's really important. Client success, and this is not just from a consulting point of view, I think it applies to all of us here, is about the value you add, the trust you build, and the extra mile you go. And in terms of that very kind of simple equation, the trust factor is really important. And trust here is not, it's not an institution. It's not something you go sign up to. It's a very personal thing, and you need to really spend time to build it. But trust is the one thing, I think, that sets us apart from our competitors and helps us win the contracts and continue being on the radar of our clients. Relationship capital, I know this is slightly controversial, but I really believe in it. Relationship capital these days in today's markets, more important than intellectual capital. So all your contacts, your connections, your networks, this is the time to really make the most of them. Truth-telling, I really believe in that. I mean, not just in boardroom consulting, but everywhere with your clients. Now is the time to be genuine and speak the truth. Even if that means giving them messages they don't want to hear, or that might make you less desirable as a consultant, say the truth. And use your head, your heart, and your gut. Or put in other words, use logic, emotion, and instinct. I think this is the time that clients also want to hear, do you as a consultant really buy in? Would you put your kind of bottom pound on it? Do you really kind of vouch for what you're saying? So it's the gut feel, the instinct, and the emotion is really what leads them into action. The data and the head gives them conclusions, gives them recommendations, but emotion leads them into action. So that's important. I guess this is very kind of true of me and my personality. Be bold. Again, counterintuitive in today's market. Everyone's going to say just survive and kind of, play a level field. But I think be bold, take risks, be different. There are lots of consultants, lots of entrepreneurs out there trying to be successful. Unless you have something that's distinctive and that'll grab people's or clients' attention, you'll find it hard to stand out. So have the courage, have the conviction, and stand out. Stay laser focused, and the laser word is really important. Absolutely never take your eye off the ball. Whether it's clients, whether it's markets, whether it's opportunities, follow your clients. Feel their priorities, feel their concerns. Share their anxieties so that you can feel their pulse. That way you can sniff the opportunities for your business. A slightly unusual one, but one that's done me a lot of good is being comfortable with power and with political savvy. It happens a lot in our business because we are in boardrooms where there is a lot of power, there's a lot of politics going on. I also do a lot of kind of international conference speaking for, say, the Malaysian government or the Middle Eastern government. Again, there's a lot of power politics. You have the prime minister sitting there saying things about kind of diversity, women's rights, all those things. You have boardroom members who come in with a huge amount of agenda and ego. As a consultant or as an entrepreneur, you really have to accept that, work with that, but still be very grounded and very honest. So being comfortable with savvy and power and politics, very, very critical. Invest in yourself. Really believe that. I think we invest a lot in our clients, in our businesses, in our plans, in our dreams, but not enough on developing ourselves. And I always believe that no matter how qualified or experienced you are, every skill, every style has an expiry date. And it's important that you renew yourself to look good, to sound kind of up with the times, but develop yourself and constantly refresh your skills and your style. Modesty and kindness, it was my kind of biggest lesson, the one that I treasure the most. Saying sorry, admitting a mistake, not charging for all your time when clients are in real need, really important, and little gestures like this take you a long, long way. especially in today's time when your very kind of loyal clients can't afford or don't have the budgets. This is the time to show them a favor and a gesture. And last but definitely not the least is enjoy the journey. Celebrate your success and have fun. I mean, if you have fun, your clients will have fun as well. So that's very quickly the 10 secrets of my kind of success.